So we talked about upsells. Next, let's talk about using the right sales vehicle or using the right sales funnel. Sales funnel, that's a fun word. I remember when I first heard about the term sales funnel, I was like, what? What the heck? I use a funnel. I love to cook. I use a funnel all the time in cooking. But what's a sales funnel? Well, it's simply that. Think about a funnel, big at the top, small at the bottom. It filters people. Now, whether you're familiar with the term or not, you probably understand that there are different ways to attract attention and convert people online. You've probably heard of webinars. You've probably heard of VSLs. You've probably heard of free plus shipping book funnels, low ticket offers, and everything in between. But you need to use the right sales vehicle. And I'm going to use the term vehicle here because that's what it is. When you want to go to the grocery store, do you take your car? Do you take your rollerblades? Or do you take a rocket ship? And the answer could be yes. But in most cases, you need to take your car. So the rollerblades, well, they'll take a long time. They might look weird to people, and if you hit a bump, you're going to fall flat on your face, and that's going to hurt. But the rocket ship would be overkill, and I want to stress that word, overkill. You couldn't steer it. It'd go way too fast. You'd overshoot it, and it may blow up on you. So that's exactly what I mean when I talk about choosing the right sales vehicle. You want to choose the right sales vehicle or sales funnel that works for you and for your market. So when it comes to creating a business that works for you, it's all about vehicles and selling systems, selling sales funnels. Sales funnels, selling systems. I'm going to use the words interchangeably here. So funnels, that's a fun F word, right? It can make us a lot of money. But when done and deployed incorrectly, it can turn our business into a nightmare. I don't know about you, but I've worked with a lot of funnel designers, funnel folks over the years, and I've seen great funnels and I've seen funnels that fail out of the gate. And the most common cause of failure is lack of traffic. The second most common cause of failure is it's not the right funnel to begin with. Your market resonates with a certain type of funnel. Yes, there are times when your business is scaling to use multiple funnels, but out of the gate, I want you to figure out what is the right funnel for your business, the right sales vehicle for your target market. My personal favorite right now is webinars. And you might have heard webinars are dead or webinars are overused or 3 secrets. I hate it. Well, the fact of the matter is, there's no one size fits all. Whether it's a 5-minute webinar to book calls or a 60-minute plus webinar to sell a $500 course, different tools in the tool belt, in the webinar tool belt. And so I want you to think through, how can I craft a one-to-many presentation for my target market that will resonate with them? Here's a secret, AI can absolutely help. And I'd love to talk more about that with you as well. But AI can help get you off the ground. So if you're not using webinars, I highly suggest you try it out for your business. If you haven't made it work successfully yet, then I'm happy to talk. If you are making it successful, but you need to scale it, I'm happy to talk as well. Anyway, back to the sales vehicles. So there are a couple that can accomplish what we need. Number one, lead magnets, list builders, email list builders, lead magnets. Offering something of value in exchange for information can be a game changer for your business. So a couple different ones here. Squeeze funnel, that's probably what you are most familiar with. Enter your name and email to receive this PDF. It squeezes an email, squeezes the contact information out of somebody by offering something of value. You could do a survey funnel. You probably have seen that before, such as know what kind of boss you are, or like, I'm kind of blanking on the quiz funnels here, but I'm sure you get the point. It's a survey funnel. As simple as that. You go through a survey, you fill in your information to get a specific outcome or the hopes of getting a specific outcome. See if your business can scale. Only 10% of businesses pass this test, right? So survey funnel. Of course, they're going to enter their email at the end to get the results. And then finally, summit funnel. This is a little similar to a webinar, but again, I think it's a great list builder. But a summit funnel is where people register for a virtual summit done over X amount of days. They hear from X amount of speakers. Once they register, they're presented an offer to upgrade, etc. So why list builders? Well, it's in the name. It builds the list. Lead magnets, list builders, it builds the list. And that's what you want to do. You want to have a list, email list, continuously being built over the years because the money truly is in the list. And there's another concept of POE, paid, owned, and earned media. Paid media is you're paying to play, and that's you're paying Mark Zuckerberg money. You got to keep pouring gasoline on the fire. Well, you don't own any of Facebook's traffic. You're just trying to pay to get it to come over to your pages. Owned is your email list. Owned, that's something you own. Something that you can download as a spreadsheet, save to your computer, upload it to any platform you want. And then earned are things like affiliate relationships or content out there. If I'm producing content, I'm doing it in hopes that I earn the trust and traffic of other people. So, not going to get too mixed up here, but I want to move on to a next concept, front-end funnels. So we talked about list builders. We're now going to talk about front-end funnels, or what I call low-priced offers. It's as simple as your free plus shipping book funnel, your toolkit, low-price toolkit, your boot camper, X-day challenge funnel. And the goal here is to break even on the front end to get buyers for your thing and then upsell them through the customer journey, through your back-end offers. Most of the time, these should push to book a call because you should be selling something higher ticket on the back end. Hey, buy my low-price thing, upsell 1, upsell 2, maybe a downsell here, downsell there, and then, hey, thanks, but before you go, apply. Let us help you solve your big pain point XYZ here. Apply now or schedule a call to talk with us about this. Schedule your free consultation, your free business growth scaling consultation, your scaling roadmap, your 5-day to fit, 5-day to fat loss roadmap, right? So front end funnels are, I think they're pretty important. That's not where I would start, when thinking about the funnels that have worked successfully, but it's where I would end up as we're scaling. So where I would actually start is I would have a webinar out there that's a high caliber conversion machine, and then I'd splinter in a specific list builder funnel. And from there, as we start to scale and we get more buyers and the email list gets built, then I'd add in front end funnels, low priced offers. If you have a book written, great. If you want to splinter off sections of your course or program and do a toolkit, great. If you want to do an X-day challenge or boot camp, then great. So those are front-end funnels. Presentation funnels. All right, we talked a lot about the webinar. Presentation funnel, a webinar. That's the easiest way to describe this category of sales vehicle or funnel. This is used to sell a core offer, your core offer, normally priced at $300 on the low end, all the way up to about $1,500 on the high end through a webinar. I've seen it done where people sell $2,000, $2,500, but that's master level webinar marketing. It's not for the faint of heart. You can do it, but it's going to take a while to master. And if you are doing it, then excellent. I'd love to talk and I'd love to interview you. But presentation funnels are one too many. In days of old, we'd have to go out there and knock on doors and say, hey there, I've got some vacuums to present. Or I've got a 16 cassette pack training kit and I'd love to talk to you about it. And then we moved into seminars. And that was try and get a bunch of people in a room so you can sell from the stage instead of knocking on doors. And then came the internet and came some great tools. And now we have web-based seminars. webinars. So seminars still work very well. Webinars still work very well because it's psychological. Human hearts and human hearts don't change, but technologies do. Human desires don't change necessarily, but technologies come and go. So the vehicle changes, but the fundamentals remain the same. So there's nothing too complicated about this funnel. You get people in, you do a presentation, whether it's 15 minutes, 60 minutes, 90 minutes, and you have calls to action throughout. You lay the groundwork for a call to action, whether it's, hey, go to this page and check out, or go to this form and apply now and schedule a call. There's nothing too complicated. The tricky part comes in with nailing down the messaging and the psychology, the positioning of the webinar. So you've got to know your target market really well. And your first webinar may absolutely flop. Your second webinar may flop. Your third webinar may have one person on. Your fourth webinar may have 3 people on. But over time, you're going to get really great at it as long as you stick to it and are consistent. It's a flywheel. And that's why when we focus on webinars for clients, we set the expectations that it's a flywheel. We're installing this engine into your business that doesn't cannibalize anything. It is a promotional program, if you will. It's not a one-off campaign. It is a program. So we install it and we get it spinning faster and scale it. So presentation funnels are so important. When used correctly, they can convert like crazy and you'll get a great ROI or blended return on ad spend from them. Okay, so let me talk about the last type of sales vehicle and then we'll wrap up this profit lever. Application funnels. So application funnels, or specifically a page with copy and a video that leads to apply now. So you probably are familiar with the term VSL, video sales letter. This is in the same vein, but application funnels, their sole purpose is to get somebody to apply now for your high price thing. And what this is this is where you are selling something on the back end through a sales call or a sales conversation. So you probably are already doing this or have experience with this. And these can absolutely be bolted on to the back of a webinar funnel, or the back of a list builder or lead magnet funnel, or the back of a low-priced offer funnel. And so these, you can see these stack like Legos. But an application funnel will take away the problem of sticker shock. So let's say you're selling an offer for $25,000. You would not put on a page, hey, purchase this. It's $25K. Check out now. That doesn't work. If it is working for you, again, I'd love to talk with you and interview you, but that just doesn't work for most, let me stress, most online-based businesses. Why? Because it's sticker shock. People go to the checkout form and they see $25K and they're like, what? Hold on. That's crazy. Unless you've warmed them up and nurtured them a ton. But what takes away the sticker shock is an application funnel. Hey, go ahead and apply now. I can help transform. I can help get this big outcome. Go ahead and apply now. See if you're a good fit. Name, email, contact information, questions over BANT, budget, authority, need, time, qualitative, quantitative questions. So get somebody to apply and then immediately push them to schedule a call, a consultation, an intro call. I try not to use the word discovery call. I think that's overused, but consultation, strategy, roadmap, playbook, blueprint, all those different words. Push them to a call, and then on the sales conversation, you go through your sales process. Consultative sales is the best way to go, in my opinion, because it doesn't leave them feeling like, oh man, you're sleazy, or like a used car salesman, anything like that. That's what we want to avoid nowadays. And yeah, so application funnel, again, don't overcomplicate it, but kind of in this order. You can build your email list through a list builder funnel. You can sell your core offer through a presentation funnel. You can scale and multiply your buyer base through front end or low priced offer funnels. And then you can collect a massive amount of back end profit through an application funnel.